In 2025, the influence of Black Americans is transforming key U.S. states in ways you may not expect. From politics to culture and business, their impact is reshaping communities and industries alike. In the last few years, Black voter turnout reached 42% in 2022, significantly swaying midterm elections, while Black-owned businesses saw a 66% revenue growth, reaching over $211.8 billion from 2017 to 2022. What's driving this shift? The increasing political engagement, economic empowerment, and cultural contributions are rewriting the narrative of Black America. And the impact? Black Americans are not only shaping elections, but also driving the economy and culture in these states, particularly in cities like Atlanta, Chicago, and Detroit. In this video, we're diving into the top 10 states where Black Americans are making the most significant impact right now. Keep watching to find out which states top the list, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We want to hear from you. How have you seen this influence where you live? Drop your comments below, and let's discuss. Number 10. Maryland. Maryland has long been a stronghold for Black political activism. Baltimore, with its rich history of Black leadership, stands at the forefront of the state's political scene. In fact, 40% of Baltimore's population is Black, and the city has produced influential politicians, including Repemer Kwesi Mfume and Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott. The state's African American community is making strides, with policies focused on racial justice, equity in education, and tackling healthcare disparities. Maryland's political landscape is increasingly shaped by the votes and activism of its Black residents. Maryland's cultural fabric is intricately woven with the history and contributions of its Black community. Baltimore is a cultural gem, with its rich jazz scene, especially in the Uptown District where Billie Holiday once sang. The Reginald F. Lewis Museum celebrates African American heritage, offering a profound reflection of Maryland's place in the civil rights movement. Maryland is also home to iconic Black historical figures, like Frederick Douglass, whose contributions to the abolitionist movement still resonate today. Maryland's vibrant arts scene continues to thrive, with festivals, music, and theater embracing the soul of Black culture. Beyond the political and cultural influence, Maryland's Black community is also making waves in the business world. Black-owned businesses are steadily growing, particularly in areas like real estate, tech, and food service. The city of Silver Spring, just outside of Washington, D.C., has witnessed an economic renaissance led by Black entrepreneurs, with new businesses contributing to the state's economy. Maryland's proximity to the nation's capital also gives it an economic advantage, and Black-owned enterprises are capitalizing on this by expanding their reach in areas like government contracting, tech startups, and community development. Number 9. Ohio. Ohio's role in national politics cannot be understated, and the Black population plays a pivotal role in shaping the state's outcomes. The state is a battleground for presidential elections, and Black voters in cities like Cleveland, Columbus, and Cincinnati have been essential in turning Ohio's electoral votes. Cleveland has consistently elected Black politicians, such as Mayor Frank Jackson, who served from 2006 to 2021, and Congresswoman Marcia Fudge. The Black voter turnout in Ohio has become a defining factor in the state's political direction. And with more Black Americans stepping into political leadership, Ohio is seeing significant policy changes. Ohio is a melting pot of cultural influences, especially through its rich Black history in Cleveland, Cincinnati, and Dayton. The funk music scene was born here, with artists like James Brown and Bootsy Collins, making the state the epicenter of a genre that would shape American music for decades. Ohio's Black-owned businesses contribute immensely to its economy, particularly in retail, food, and technology sectors. Cleveland's Karamu House, one of the oldest Black theaters in the U.S., has been a landmark in nurturing Black artistry, allowing for the creation of iconic plays and performances that speak to Black experiences. The state's Black community continues to lead in the arts, from music to theater to visual arts. Black economic influence in Ohio is expanding rapidly, with Cincinnati emerging as a hub for Black entrepreneurship. The city has a growing number of Black business owners, ranging from retail to tech, and is cultivating an environment ripe for innovation and collaboration. Ohio is home to several HBCUs, historically black colleges and universities, which play a crucial role in shaping future black leaders and innovators. Black wealth is being cultivated through a strong network of support for black professionals in both corporate sectors and small businesses. From real estate investments to tech startups, Ohio is solidifying itself as a place where black Americans are building legacies. Number 8. North Carolina. North Carolina has witnessed a surge in black political engagement over the past decade. Cities like Charlotte, Durham, and Raleigh have seen black leadership grow, with local black politicians advocating for policies that center around racial equity, affordable housing, and criminal justice reform. The state is now one of the most competitive in the South, largely due to the black electorate's mobilization. In Durham, the rise of black women leaders has especially been notable, with figures like Mayor Elaine O'Neill and Representative Candy Smith making waves. This rise in political engagement shows that black Americans in North Carolina are not just voters, but influential political figures shaping the future of the state. The cultural impact of North Carolina's black community is palpable in music, history, and food. Durham's Hayti district was once a thriving black business hub in the early 20th century, and today, the city remains home to a strong African American cultural scene, with museums, art galleries, and live performances. The state's jazz scene, particularly in Charlotte, also plays a significant role in the state's music legacy. Black Americans in North Carolina continue to celebrate their rich cultural heritage through festivals such as the North Carolina Black Film Festival and African American Cultural Festival, showcasing art, film, and performances. The state is also a key player in soul food, with the famous Carolina barbecue being an integral part of its culture. North Carolina is experiencing a renaissance in black entrepreneurship. Charlotte, one of the fastest-growing cities in the U.S., has become a hotspot for black-owned startups, with a focus on industries like technology, finance, and real estate. The city's booming financial district is home to the Charlotte Hornets owner, Michael Jordan, whose influence spans across business, sports, and entertainment. North Carolina is also home to North Carolina Central University, an HBCU that provides black students with the tools to succeed in business and the corporate world. This mix of historical wealth, education, and business acumen is fueling a new wave of black-owned businesses in the state. Number 7. Texas. Texas is increasingly seeing a rise in black political activism. The state's black community has been integral to political shifts, especially in cities like Houston, Dallas, and Austin. In 2020, black Texans played a decisive role in helping flip the state closer to a battleground, with record voter turnouts in major urban centers. Houston, in particular, is home to a diverse and politically engaged black population. The city has produced influential figures like Representative Sheila Jackson Lee and Mayor Sylvester Turner, both of whom have worked on issues that impact the African American community, from criminal justice reform to economic development. Texas is home to rich African American cultural traditions, with cities like Houston and Dallas leading the way in cultural innovation. Houston's Museum District is world-renowned, and it hosts events such as the Houston Black Heritage Festival and Juneteenth celebrations. Houston's Third Ward, a historically black neighborhood, has long been a center for black creativity, influencing music, art, and fashion. Texas is also a birthplace of legends in the music world, including Beyoncé, who, with her influence, has helped reshape pop culture globally. Texas continues to be a cultural powerhouse where black culture is at the forefront. Texas has a booming black business community, particularly in Houston, where oil and tech industries provide opportunities for black entrepreneurs. The city boasts a significant black-owned business presence, with firms excelling in energy, construction, real estate, and tech. Furthermore, the Austin tech scene is another area where black professionals are making a significant mark, with tech giants like Google and Apple expanding their presence in the state. The rise of black startups and entrepreneurship is rapidly changing the economic landscape of Texas, from the southern oil fields to the high-tech industry. Number 6. Florida. Florida's political scene has seen a marked shift in recent years, largely due to the rising influence of black voters in Miami, Orlando, and Tampa. In the 2020 election, the state saw record turnout from its Black community, particularly in urban areas, which played a pivotal role in swinging key counties. Black Americans in Florida are increasingly involved in local politics, with figures like Representative Val Demings gaining national prominence. The state's Black political activists are challenging the traditional power structures, pushing for reform in criminal justice, voting rights, and education. Florida's Black culture is a dynamic mix of Caribbean and Southern influences, with Miami serving as a cultural melting pot. From the bustling streets of Little Haiti to the Latin-infused music scene, Florida is an exciting place for Black creativity to flourish. Miami's music scene, with artists like Rick Ross and DJ Khaled, has been a major player in shaping modern rap and hip-hop culture. Florida's Black artists, especially in visual arts, are carving out a space for themselves with galleries and exhibitions that showcase the diversity of the Black experience in the state. Florida is a booming hub for Black-owned businesses, especially in Miami, where the real estate and tourism industries provide opportunities for Black entrepreneurs. The city is a prime location for Black professionals, particularly in hospitality, construction, and tech, where an increasing number of startups and Black-run companies are setting up shop. Orlando is another growing city for Black professionals, especially in the entertainment industry, thanks to its role as a tourist destination. Whether in retail, tech, or hospitality, Florida's Black community is thriving economically and shaping the state's growth. Number 5. Illinois. Illinois is home to one of the most influential Black political communities in the nation, thanks in large part to the impact of Chicago, which has long been a center for Black political and social movements. The election of Barack Obama, who launched his political career from the south side of Chicago, was a game changer, not only for the city, but for the entire nation. Illinois is known for its strong African-American leadership, with Black politicians like Representative Robin Kelly and Senator Kwame Raoul pushing for progressive reforms on criminal justice, education, and healthcare. The state's Black residents are not only voters but also key political players shaping the future of Illinois through activism, policymaking, and grassroots organizing. Chicago, the heart of Illinois, is an epicenter of Black culture, blending music, art, and history into a vibrant cityscape. The city's blues legacy, intertwined with soul music, gave birth to some of the most iconic artists in the world, from Muddy Waters to Kanye West. Chicago's South Side is also home to influential Black artists and performers, and the city is a major contributor to the hip-hop scene. The Art Institute of Chicago, alongside the DuSable Museum of African American History, celebrates Black history and arts, making the city a living museum of Black culture. Chicago's Black neighborhoods, such as Bronzeville, are steeped in history, with their streets and buildings holding stories of activism, art, and resilience. Illinois, especially Chicago, is one of the nation's leading cities for Black entrepreneurship. From tech startups to restaurant owners, real estate developers, and fashion moguls, the state has a booming network of Black business owners. Chicago's Black business district is bustling, with thriving retail stores, Black-owned tech companies, and professional services. The city also offers significant opportunities in tech, finance, and healthcare, with Black entrepreneurs thriving in Silicon Alley and beyond. The state is home to HBCUs like Medgar Evers College and City College, which provide Black students with the skills and opportunities to enter the workforce and build careers in everything from Silicon Valley tech companies to Hollywood studios. The state's Black businesses continue to grow, from street vendors to multi-million-dollar companies, all contributing to the economic strength of Illinois. Number 4. New York. New York is one of the most influential states in American politics, and Black Americans play a critical role in its political landscape. New York City is home to one of the largest Black populations in the country, and its influence is felt not only locally but also nationally. Representative Hakeem Jeffries, who became the first African American to lead a party in the U.S. House of Representatives, represents Brooklyn with passion and dedication. Politicians like Rep. Yvette Clarke and Senator Chuck Schumer work tirelessly on issues of racial justice, economic inequality, and police reform, backed by a motivated and engaged Black electorate. The state's Black community has been a key factor in electoral victories across the board, from local elections to presidential races, making New York a political powerhouse. New York has always been a major cultural center, with Harlem at its core. The Harlem Renaissance, which sparked in the 1920s, set the stage for African American cultural expression through literature, jazz, and art. Today, Harlem is still a cultural epicenter, with institutions like the Apollo Theater and the Schomburg Center for Research in Black Culture continuing to foster the legacies of Black artists, musicians, and activists. New York is also home to global icons like Jay-Z and Spike Lee, whose work has had a profound impact on the entertainment industry. In terms of food, the state's diversity of soul food, Caribbean, and African American cuisine is a culinary reflection of its vast Black culture, with iconic dishes like fried chicken, collard greens, and cornbread served in eateries all across the city. New York's Black population is a formidable economic force, particularly in the entertainment and fashion industries. The Harlem Renaissance helped lay the foundation for what would become a thriving Black economic culture in the state. New York is home to some of the world's most famous Black-owned businesses, from designers to media moguls. The city also offers significant opportunities in tech, finance, and healthcare, with Black entrepreneurs thriving in Silicon Alley and beyond. The state is home to HBCUs like Medgar Evers College and City College, which provide Black students with the tools to succeed in business and the corporate world. The state's Black businesses continue to grow, from retail stores to multi-million-dollar companies, contributing to the global economy. Number 3. California. California has long been a leader in progressive politics, and Black Americans are a driving force in shaping that landscape. With over 2 million Black residents, California is home to a large and politically engaged Black community. The state's Black political influence is undeniable, with figures like Kamala Harris, the first Black vice president, leading the charge. The state has also seen an increase in Black political candidates running for office and pushing for policies that address racial injustice, police reform, and economic disparities. California is also known for its progressive voting rights laws, which have enabled the Black community to gain political representation across all levels of government. California is the entertainment capital of the world, and Black Americans have been at the forefront of that industry for decades. From Hollywood to Silicon Valley, Black Americans in California are redefining the entertainment and tech landscapes. The state is home to iconic figures like Kendrick Lamar, Beyoncé, and Denzel Washington, whose contributions to music, film, and television have shaped global culture. Los Angeles is a key hub for Black creatives, with a rich history of Black film and television that continues to evolve with shows like Insecure and Black Panther. Additionally, California's Black history is deeply tied to movements like Black Lives Matter, which originated in the state and continues to shape conversations around racial justice and equality. In California, Black Americans have made significant strides in entrepreneurship and economic development. The state is home to some of the largest Black-owned businesses, particularly in tech, media, and real estate. Oakland, in particular, has become a center for Black startups, as tech companies and entrepreneurs tap into the region's diverse, innovative spirit. California also has one of the largest networks of HBCUs, providing a pipeline for Black students to enter the workforce and build careers in everything from Silicon Valley tech companies to Hollywood studios. California's economic climate is one where Black entrepreneurs can thrive, contributing to the state's global economy. Number 2. Georgia. Georgia is arguably one of the most crucial states for Black political power today. The state's demographic shift has led to increasing Black voter turnout, which played a pivotal role in the 2020 presidential election. Stacey Abrams, a former minority leader in the Georgia House of Representatives, led efforts to mobilize the Black electorate, helping Georgia flip to blue in the presidential race for the first time in decades. With 32% of the population identifying as Black, Georgia's Black voters are crucial in determining election outcomes, especially in urban centers like Atlanta, Savannah, and Augusta. Georgia's political transformation is a clear sign of how Black voters have the power to shape the state's future. Georgia has long been a cultural cornerstone for Black America, especially Atlanta, which is known as the Black Mecca. The city has an incredibly rich history of Black political activism, including the work of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., whose legacy continues to influence Georgia's cultural and political landscape. Hip-hop and R&B icons like Outkast, T.I., and Usher have called Georgia home, with the state playing a central role in the Southern rap scene that has reshaped global music culture. The National Center for Civil and Human Rights in Atlanta serves as a powerful reminder of Georgia's central role in the civil rights movement, and the state continues to be a hub for Black culture and creativity. In Georgia, Black-owned businesses are a powerful force, particularly in Atlanta. The city's tech industry is booming, with Black tech entrepreneurs leading the way in innovation. Additionally, the state is home to an array of Black-owned businesses across industries like media, fashion, and construction, further solidifying its role in economic development. Georgia is also a hub for real estate investment, with many Black investors buying up properties in Atlanta's revitalized neighborhoods. The state has become a model for Black economic empowerment, with programs aimed at fostering entrepreneurship and creating pathways to success for Black professionals. Number 1. Michigan. Michigan has long been a battleground for Black political power, particularly in Detroit, where a significant portion of the population is Black. The city's Black political leadership has historically shaped policies in ways that reflect the needs of the community. Detroit Mayor Mike Duggan works closely with African American leaders to address issues like crime, education, and unemployment. The Black community's vote has been instrumental in Michigan's swing state status, making it a crucial player in presidential elections. Furthermore, Detroit's role in the labor movement has been crucial to the development of Michigan's Black political power, with leaders like Coleman Young pushing for a more inclusive society. Detroit is synonymous with the Motown sound, a cultural phenomenon that changed the course of music history. Legends like Marvin Gaye, Stevie Wonder, and Aretha Franklin were born in Detroit, shaping the global music scene. Today, Detroit remains an artistic hub, with hip-hop and R&B continuing to flourish, thanks to local artists like Big Sean and Jay Dilla. The city also boasts a rich history of African American art, with institutions like the Detroit Institute of Arts and the Charles H. Wright Museum of African American History, showcasing the contributions of Black Americans to American culture. Detroit is a place where Black culture thrives in the arts, music, and beyond. Michigan is seeing a resurgence of Black entrepreneurship in cities like Detroit and Flint. The Detroit tech scene is rapidly growing, with an increasing number of Black entrepreneurs entering the industry and reshaping Michigan's economy. Black professionals are making significant strides in industries like automotive manufacturing, healthcare, and construction, contributing to the state's economic vitality. Detroit's revitalization has led to an explosion of Black-owned businesses, from restaurants to real estate development, and Michigan's Black community continues to lead efforts to build generational wealth and promote economic empowerment across the state. As we've seen, the impact of Black Americans on the U.S. is undeniable, and these states are just the beginning. From political shifts to economic power and cultural influence, the future is being shaped right now. What does this mean for the coming years? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure, Black Americans are here to stay, and their influence will only grow stronger. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more updates on this transformation. We want to hear from you. How have you seen Black Americans' influence growing in your state or community? Drop your thoughts below, and let's keep the conversation going.